Chapter 12, page 56. A new land is, quote unquote, discovered. It is August 3rd, 1492, and three tiny ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Marina, set sail from Palos, Spain. Columbus, on the Santa Maria, is 41 years old and commodore of the three-ship fleet and its crew of 90 men. In his pocket is a letter from King Ferdinand to the Grand Khan, the ruler of China. On board is a learned man who speaks Arabic and Hebrew. Columbus thinks those languages will help him talk to the people of Cathay. When the sailors cast off, it is with a feeling of excitement. They know that if they make it, this will be one of the great voyages of all time. They hope to return with gold and spices. Spices make food taste great, even if it's a bit spoiled. In these days before refrigerators, spices are very valuable. Top of page 57. The ship stops in the Canary Islands for supplies and perhaps courage. Then, on September 6th, they head out into the unknown ocean. It is frightening to go where no one has gone before. In mid-September, they come to what seems to be a meadow of grass in the middle of the ocean. It is the Sargasso Sea, an area of thick green seaweed. The sailors have never seen anything like this. They are afraid the ships will get tangled in the green muck, but soon they are out of it and into the open sea again. Now there is a fierce storm with waves that rise higher than the church towers in Palos. The ships are sturdy and the seamen skilled, so they survive the tempest. But the sailors are discouraged and fearful. The sea seems endless. On October 9th, they say they will go no further. Columbus pleads for 3 more days of sailing. Then he says if they don't see land, they may cut off his head and sail home in peace. 3 days later, on October 12th, a lookout high on the Pinta's mast yells, "Tierra! Tierra!" It is the Spanish word for land. The Bahama Islands are straight ahead. They have made it to the Indies. Columbus was right after all, or so they think. Columbus names the island where they land San Salvador. That means Holy Savior. He plants a cross and a Spanish flag on San Salvador. Columbus is a religious man. He believes it is God's wish that he sail and conquer in the name of a Catholic king and queen. Soon he knows he is not in China. That doesn't bother Columbus. Marco Polo wrote that there were thousands of islands in the Indies. San Salvador must be one of those islands. Japan, China, and the rest of the Indies are sure to be nearby. The island is small but splendid, with tall trees, gorgeous birds, a beautiful beach, and friendly people. Top page 58. Columbus calls the people Indians. He is puzzled when they don't understand Arabic. Actually, the language they speak is Arawak. They are members of the Taino tribe, although soon others will be calling them Indians. Columbus says of them, "They remained so much our friends that it was a marvel. They came swimming to the ship's boats and brought us parrots and cotton thread and many other things, and in exchange we gave them little glass beads. Finally, they exchanged with us everything they had with goodwill." The Taino are peaceful fisher folk. They welcomed the voyagers who had come in bright ships and brought shining beads that seemed to capture the sunshine. But what must be in the Indians' minds when they see these men? Do they think it strange that they wear heavy clothing in a warm land? Are they surprised that the strangers have skin the color of melons, or that one, a black man from Africa, is dark as chocolate? The Taino don't realize that they do not have long to live. Columbus will kidnap some and take them to Europe as trophies of his voyage. He will help turn many of them into slaves. Soon the Arawak-speaking tribes will be dead, killed by European weapons, slavery, and disease. Those diseases, like smallpox and measles, are new in this hemisphere. The natives have no immunity to them. But that is to come. At first, the Taino help Columbus. He is determined to find gold at the Grand Khan. The Tano take him to a huge island they call Colba. It is Cuba. Here there are many natives, and some wear ornaments of gold. Yet the Grand Khan is nowhere to be found. Columbus is not discouraged. China and Japan must be nearby. These Indians put a smoking weed in their mouths. It is the first time the Spaniards have seen tobacco. There are pearls on Cuba, and enough gold ornaments to take the samples to please King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. Columbus sails home to Spain with brightly colored parrots, Indians, and gold trinkets. Now he is a great hero. The king and queen name him Lord Admiral of the Ocean Seas. Top of page 59. From Columbus's pen. These are the actual words of Christopher Columbus, written in a letter in 1493 to Louis de Centagel, treasurer of Aragon, Spain, telling of his discovery. I write to tell you how in 33 days I sailed to the Indians with the fleet that the illustrious king and queen, our sovereigns, gave me, where I discovered a great many islands, inhabited by numberless people, and of all I have taken possession for their highness. Hispaniola is full of trees of endless varieties, so high that they seem to touch the sky, and I have been told they never lose their foliage. I saw them as green and lovely as trees in Spain in the month of May. Some of them were covered with blossoms, some with fruit. There were palm trees of 6 or 8 varieties. There are wonderful pine woods and very extensive ranges of meadowland. There is honey, and there are many kinds of birds and a great variety of fruits. Hispaniola is a marvel. The Indians are well-made men of commanding stature. They appear extraordinarily timid. Their only arms they have are sticks of cane, with a sharpened stick at the end. Sir, and they are afraid to use these. They are so unsuspicious and so generous with what they possess that no one who had not seen it would believe it. In the first isle I discovered, I took by force some of the natives, that from them we might gain some information of what there was in these parts, and so it was that we immediately understood each other, either by words or signs. They believed that I came from heaven. Wherever I went, they ran from house to house and to the towns around, crying out, "Come, come and see the men from heaven." As for monsters, I have found no trace of them, except at the point in the second isle as one enters the Indies, which is inhabited by a people considered by all the isles as most ferocious, who eat human flesh. They possess many canoes, with which they overrun all the isles of India, stealing and seizing all they can. Christopher Columbus.